Welcome to the Militia Gaming Community. I'm Trigger Militia, and this video is about the last update for Need for Speed Heat. Let's go! Real quick, if you have any questions about this video or any video that I do, you can hit me up on Instagram. I try to answer every single DM that comes my way, so don't be afraid to send me a message. Also, if you want to join our community Discord, there will be a link in the description down below. All right, let's get into the update notes. So the biggest thing with this update is the fact that they are adding cross-platform play, which means if you have friends on PS4, Xbox, or PC that play Need for Speed Heat, you can now play with them. This is actually pretty huge considering it's the first EA game to offer cross-platform play. Now, I believe that this was actually developed by Criterion because immediately after the studios switched, there was literally zero updates. From the time that we got the Black Market update until now, this is the first news of any update or any changes to the game. To take a game that is not cross-platform and then develop it and change it to be cross-platform seems like a pretty insane technical feat, but I'm not a game dev, so I'm not really sure on the specifics. It just seems like something that would be really hard to do, so I commend Criterion for getting that done. Now, they haven't gone into a bunch of specifics on how the cross-platform play is going to work, if it's going to be linked to your EA account or your gamer tag, either on Xbox or PS4, but they did say that it's going to be sort of similar to like the Call of Duty system that works, where there will be a find a player menu and you can search for your friend on whatever network or platform they're on and then invite them to the game. They have not said anything about crews, and that's one of the big questions that I had was, will we be able to invite PS4 players on Xbox to our Xbox crew and vice versa? But I guess we're just going to have to wait till tomorrow's update to find out. Also, in the blog post that describes the update, Criterion talks about shifting their focus in developing the next Need for Speed game. They've listened to all the feedback that we've given them on Need for Speed Heat, and they're going to use that as a foundation to build the next game. Now, they haven't talked about any timeline for the next game, but I would bet that it's probably a late 21 or early 22 release, considering they've only started working on the game about 3 months ago. The remainder of the update is really just a bunch of bug fixes. The few bugs that I noticed to be the most annoying, they did find fixes for, and that was the inventory synchronization error where you would lose all of your inventory, or it would sync incorrectly with your cloud save versus your local save, and then you would lose all of your money and your progress. Also, when exiting a tunnel, you should no longer encounter solid walls popping up. This was particularly frustrating when going through the tunnel in Mendoza Keys. And lastly, they improved the cop car logic to reduce occurrences where the cop car would significantly reduce the player car health in one hit. Now, these are all fine and dandy, but I really wish we could have gotten more content with this update. Now, the crossplay is a great thing, but we all wanted a little bit more content to keep us going through the end of this year or possibly at least the next few months. But we are not going to see any more content for this game. This is it. This is the last update that Need for Speed Heat will get. Now, this update will be available for download on Xbox One at 12 o'clock a.m. tonight. That's Pacific time. So if you're on East Coast, it's 3 a.m. And for PS4, it'll be 1 a.m. on the West Coast and 4 a.m. on the East Coast. And if you're on PC, it will be 2 a.m. on the West Coast and 5 a.m. on the East Coast. And that's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put a link to both the blog post and the update patch notes in the description down below. So if you want to read those notes yourself and kind of go over all of the bug fixes, then feel free to do that. If you have any questions about this, again, hit me up on Instagram. I answer as many DMs as I possibly can in a day. So send me any questions you might have, and I'll see if I can't get to them. All right, thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.